Last summer, I almost made a video on why there was no Black Widow movie. Now it's a year later, and it still ain't happening. So, let's do this. Most people chalk it up to the studio being sexist or too cautious, but there's a lot more to it. So with that in mind, here are the 3 least known reasons that we haven't gotten a Black Widow movie. 1. Gender matters far less than appearances. If you want to believably beat people up in a movie, you can be a woman or a man. But you have to look like you can do it, to our caveman brains. That means muscles or agility or, most importantly, size. Xena and Wonder Woman can do it because they're big and athletic enough. Scarlett Johansson? Not so much. However, this can be overcome if the story takes it into account. One of my favorite action premises was La Femme Nikita, about a beautiful woman hired as an assassin specifically because no one suspects her. And she uses her resourcefulness to survive instead of brute force. 2. The tail risk. Tail risk is a term from investing, which refers to the small chance of something really bad happening, which must be considered. In this case, people want to see movies that defy stereotypes. But by the same token, we hate when movies handle these issues poorly. This creates a sort of vacuum effect, where movies or shows that use diverse characters get additional scrutiny, and a potential backlash if they use them poorly. This caused the cancellation of Margaret Cho's All-American Girl, an otherwise great show. So, when a studio risks $100 million on a film, they're actually safer in many cases using a standard hero instead of a non-conventional one, since they don't risk any backlash that could tank the whole movie. As the MCU grows though, and each movie is less of a risk, I think this will matter less. 3. The dangers of emasculation.
Stay in the car.
I'm not staying in the car.
I said stay in the car.
Oftentimes, writers will try to strengthen a female main character by having her outsmart and outfight all the men around her. This is actually dangerous, because whenever you take a group represented in your movie and portray them negatively, the real viewers who are in that group will not like it, even if they don't say it out loud. And when it comes to action, men are the majority of your audience. If you don't have a male lead character they can identify with, you have to be extra careful in this regard, and be sure that your lead is shown to be strong rather than making everyone else weak. But the people making the decisions sometimes don't see this distinction, and just expect any female lead to anger men. Thus, they hesitate. However, in Dawn of Justice, we can see how it can be done right. Wonder Woman fights alongside Batman and Superman. She doesn't toss them around or make them look bad. And almost everyone loved her character and is looking forward to her film. What's important is that in each of these cases, the risk taken with the movie can be handled or overcome with the right execution. And at this point, a Black Widow film will also gain points for the built-up desire that audiences have for it. So, I'm sure the feature will happen and it has the potential to be great. Thanks.